Decision sets the stage for the trial of Officer Cesar Goodson. After passing up on a jury, Goodson's fate rests in the hands of Judge Barry Williams. Goodson is one of 6 officers charged in connection with the death of Freddie Gray. He faces the most serious charges, including second-degree murder. And WJZ investigator Mike Hellgren's live at the courthouse with what this critical decision means for Goodson's trial. Mike?
Mary, this was a calculated move by Officer Goodson, who changed his mind about a jury. And it is the same no-nonsense Judge Barry Williams, who's handled all of these cases, who will be at the helm now. Officer Cesar Goodson Jr. arrived in a car with his lawyers. Sheriff's deputies quickly swarmed them and led them inside, where they dropped a bombshell. There will be no jury trial. Goodson, the only officer charged with Freddie Gray's murder, decided Judge Barry Williams alone would decide his fate just weeks after Williams acquitted fellow officer Edward Nero.
It's always a risk when you put the fate of your client in the hands of one person as opposed to 12.
Officer Goodson was driving the police van when Gray suffered severe spinal injuries that later killed him. Prosecutors have argued Goodson failed to get Gray the medical attention he asked for and failed to seatbelt Gray in the van required under general orders. Gray was shackled, hands and feet, in the back of the wagon.
If there is evidence of a history of rough rides and people being injured and Officer Goodson being aware of the dangers of leaving someone in the back of that van in the place where Freddie Gray was, that will be a very strong point for the prosecution.
The other bombshell, and a victory for the defense, Judge Williams excluded any testimony from Internal Affairs Detective Sarita Teal, calling it hearsay. Teal claims Officer William Porter, who checked on Freddie Gray with Goodson, told her Gray said he could not breathe.
What you're left with is he didn't seatbelt him in. And I think you got a sense from the judge's ruling in Nero's case that that alone is not going to be good enough.
Now, Officer Porter is expected to take the stand for the prosecution. He's being forced to testify. The judge also kept in portions of Freddie Gray's autopsy that the defense wanted out at trial. Opening arguments begin on Thursday. Live at Courthouse East, Mike Hellgren, WJZ Eyewitness News.
All right, Mike, thank you. And here's what you need to know about the Officer Cesar Goodson trial. Goodson chose a bench trial, meaning the judge will decide his fate, not a jury. The judge decided Goodson's speedy trial rights were not violated. As Mike just mentioned, Freddie Gray's autopsy will remain part of the evidence, and Officer Goodson remains suspended without pay since he's charged with a felony. His trial, again, is set to begin on Thursday. And stay with WJZ for complete coverage of Officer Goodson's trial. We will bring you the latest developments as the trial gets underway throughout the week.